Hey y'all, welcome back to another video with Life of Chess for Beyond the Gates, May 20th, 2025. Okay, y'all, so first things first, let me know your thoughts on today's new episode down below. I said, okay, Leslie, now if you don't want nobody to know that you the one who did it, you might want to stare at these folks' faces. I said, they don't learn. Kat over here playing Inspector Gadget and stuff. I said, she gonna try to find that evidence, and she gonna either find those boots, the helmet, or something like that, and she gonna end up turning it in. Hold on, y'all. But yeah, I said, Kat, you running out. I told y'all. I said they always do that. They be like, this person dangerous, this person crazy, but then they want to go confront them and stuff like that. But yeah, on today's episode, Anita and Vernon was waiting on Tracy. Also, I wanted to ask y'all what y'all thoughts are on Tracy. We haven't seen much of her yet. We just seen her on this episode where they was catching up and stuff like that. They was reminiscing. I think she mentioned something about how Vernon had walked. I don't know. She said backstage or what, and she mentioned something about him choosing Anita over them. And I said, okay, I'm ready to see one, if she's some good, two, if the other lady gonna come. And three, also, because I don't think she mentioned that she wanted them to do a reunion concert. But yeah, they was just catching up and reminiscing. They was talking about Sharon. Apparently Sharon is the one that they don't know if she gonna be able. Hold on. I'm getting straight to y'all. Basically, Sharon is the one that's the opposite of Tracy. But we'll see. I don't know what to think of her yet. She said something about she had to catch the train back, but then that's when Anita told her to stay with her or whatever. She said something about she brought a change of clothes, and I was like, I wonder. Y'all know they make everybody. What's a good way to put it? What's a good way to put it, y'all? They give everybody. I don't know how to put it. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. Y'all know how they introduce certain characters or bring them in, and they don't be no good. That's the way to put it right there. They don't be no good. But yeah, that's all they was talking about. Derek and Jan, he was packing his bags, reminiscing about his conversation with Ashley. That's when Jan stopped by, and she ends up bringing some food for him and Ashley, and she was just encouraging him not to give up. That this is a new thing, so they gotta adjust or whatever. Excuse me. That they had to adjust, and she was just encouraging him or whatever. But he was just quiet. He didn't say nothing. I think he wanted to tell her, but she just left. She ended up leaving. Ashley and Andre, she was crying, and she ends up telling Andre everything that's going on with them. And he was saying not to give up. Derek a good guy. I said, doggone well, you want her for yourself. I thought that the way they showed it on Friday, I was assuming that Derek was gonna walk in on Andre and Ashley at least kissing or something. He just left. He just left. I don't know if he gonna return or what, but yeah, he just walked away. Hold on, what's that? I got a notification. Sorry, y'all. But yeah, he just ended up leaving. He told her not to give up, and that's when he was like, he gotta make sure she gets home safely. So he ends up going back to the apartment with her. And they was just in there. She was looking for Derek, and she noticed that all of his things are gone. And he was still saying, he might be coming back. And she was like, he's not coming back. And he was just comforting her. She was crying still. That's when they showed Derek outside about to turn the knob, but he left. I don't know if he left, or they just, leaving us with a cliffhanger or what. But I was like, y'all might as well, because we know where this is headed. Well, I ain't gonna say that because they introduced storylines. Excuse me, they introduce storylines and then they abandon them all the time. But who else we got? Kat and Jacob. She's still playing Inspector Gadget. I don't know no other name to say besides Inspector Gadget. She over here telling him or asking him if he brought in Leslie or Eva or whatever. And he was saying how he thinks Dana the one that is guilty. He thinks she the one who did it. And she's still Eva. But then after she left from talking to him, she told Laura they was having a conversation. Hold on, y'all, I'm skipping ahead. But yeah, I forgot what he said to her. I know for sure he said that if it's anybody, it's more than likely Dana, aka Leslie. And he said something to make her leave, so she left, and that's when she went to Laura's room. Dana and Laura, we'll come back to Kat and Jacob because she went back there. Dana, Laura, Kat. So the girl, the crazy lady, the wig lady, she over here, she was about to smother her. She was about to smother her. The girl was asleep, Laura was asleep. Then she went over there, she got that pillow, she started easing towards her, and she woke up or whatever. She was like, what are you doing? Or whatever. So then she trying to make it seem like Eva was the one who did it. She was trying to make it seem like Eva was the one who did it, asking Laura if she remember anything, she recall anything. I said, okay, once again, why would you go in her face when you know you first of all you knew you was the one who did it. I don't know if she was just trying to find out if she remembers anything about the accident or what. But I said, doggone well you want to ran her off the road, you gonna make it obvious. Then the way she was talking, I said, you just turn yourself in at this point. She making it very obvious. But a lot of people been pointing out that she's gonna end up bringing Eva's boots. That she's gonna end up bringing Eva boots. I said, okay, for her to wear Eva boots, don't that mean that she had this plan all along? Was she gonna set her up all along? But yeah, Dana was just questioning her about the accident. She was like, she don't remember anything. And she starts talking about Eva this and Eva that or whatever. And just trying to talk in a way to make it seem like Eve was the one who did it. Even Laura, when Kat came, she was like, it kind of seemed like she wanted me to believe that Eva did it. But after just now, I'm starting to think that she the one who did it. Exactly. She gonna stay out folks' face. But yeah, Kat had to tell her to leave. Kat over here, I don't know what she thinking. What she said. She said something about I think Laura asked was she still in danger. She was like, no, she don't have nothing to gain from you or whatever, so you're not in danger. I said, but you is. But you are. But yeah, they just was talking and comparing notes about what both of them would have to gain from it. And Laura was leaning towards Dana. Kat ended up saying after her conversation with Jacob, she started to think that it was her as well. But yeah, they were just comparing notes, and they was like, it had to be one of them. It had to be one of them. Then Kat put two and two together, and she realized that what was it called? What did they say happened to her? Something happened to her heart or something? Something with potassium. I don't know if they said a drop of potassium or what. But they realized that either Dana or Eva came back to, finish the job. And I said, that still could be either one. Because Eva, they could see her on camera, but she didn't ever come into this room, I don't think. If I'm not mistaken, she never came into Laura's room. Meanwhile, if they run them cameras back, they could see Dana with the doggone wig on going into Laura's room. Not only that, she was having a conversation with Shanice. All Shanice got to do is say that it was a nurse there. It was a nurse there or whatever. And I didn't recognize her. She said somebody transferred her or had her, working there, some type of thing she told Shanice. I said, it's easy to catch her. It definitely is. But when Kat went back to Jacob, she told that she called Dana in Laura's room or whatever, and they was talking about everything that happened. And he was like, you don't know. You still don't know. It could be either one of them. And more so, once again, that it'll more than likely be Dana. And that he needs evidence. She was like, hardcore evidence. Got it. I said, this fool. I said, somebody gonna have to save her. I said, somebody gonna have to save her. Hold on. But yeah, once she said that, I said she finna be the one to go find those boots or something. She gonna be the one to find that doggone evidence. Even Tomas, this dude, I said, okay, I don't know what to think of this. Like, I like his scenes. I feel like he more so should be with Eva than Kat. Definitely, she ain't even trying to spend no time with him. She too obsessed with putting Eva behind bars. But he don't listen. I know she can't tell him what to do, but at the same time, that's the person you said you want to be with or trying to be with or whatever. At least take it into consideration what she's saying. He not only went sit down, he over here, he done told her. I'm glad that he did tell her though. Hold on, y'all. I said I'm glad that he did tell her, warn her, give her a warning that, they looking into her about running Laura off the road because she don't need to be blindsided, especially since she ain't the one who did it. So I'm glad he told her that. But yeah, he's sitting up there checking on her, tells her he heard about Dana blaming her for Laura accident. She didn't even know anything about that. She didn't even know. So he was a good friend to her by telling her that. What else happened? They were just having a conversation. They ended up touching each other's hand again. She was like, I don't think your girlfriend would like that. And he like, she's not my girlfriend. I wouldn't say she's my girlfriend, stuff like that. And he ends up mentioning Eva and revealed that Kat blew off plans with him to go investigate her and stuff. And I said, Kat, you over here obsessed with trying to have Eva locked up, and she over here, well, I ain't gonna blame her because he the one came in her face. You so obsessed with putting her behind bars that you can't see he don't even want you. He wants your sister. He wants your sister. He over here in her face. He can't stay away. I was really hoping she walked in and seen them holding hands again so she could get it. I was really hoping she did, but no, she don't ran her tail. She don't took her tail. It was bad enough that she was already there at the police station. Then she came back to the police station, and then he left. I think he said he was going home or something. I said, "Doc, he should have been. I mean, she should have been the one to see it again. She seen it one time, but she completely ignored the truth. But I still feel like I ain't gonna say he playing both of them. What's a good way to put it, y'all? I don't want to say he playing both of them because he is single. He definitely single, so he can do as he pleases or whatever. I just don't like when people sit up there and express interest or whatever, or act like they into you or whatever, but then they over here in somebody else's face. But I don't know what to call it. I don't want to say he playing nobody because he not. He's single. He's single. Cat over here blowing him off or whatever. But I feel like once again that he's more so interested in Eva. Hold on. But yeah, what else? I think once again, I think he ended up leaving. No, I skipped the part. They ended up talking. She was talking about her mama and how her mama treats her and stuff like that. And he was just saying he understands because his dad do him the same way about how it's like multiple people. One minute they cool, one minute they nice. Next thing you know, they acting like Dana crazy as hell. And they was just comparing notes about their parents, and they agreed that they wasn't alone. Hold on. Yeah, they agreed that they wasn't alone or whatever. And they were just talking about the trauma they experienced and how they'll sit up there and do something and make it seem like it was your fault. And I said, dude, this is very, very triggering. This is triggering. Like, oh my freaking goodness. I wasn't expecting it. I was like, this is kind of triggering. And it's factual too. Could that stuff be going on in real life? But yeah, they was just comparing notes about her mama and his dad and how, they alike or whatever. So I was like, yep, that's gonna bring them closer together. That's definitely gonna bring them closer together. Um, what else? Let me make sure I'm reading all the notes this time. I already said Anita and Vernon was waiting on Tracy. She showed up. So Moss tells Eva he heard about Dana. Dana in lower room gives her a pillow. Tracy shows up. Andre tells Ashley Derek give him another chance. I already said Dana talks to Laura about Eva. Tomas talks to Eva about his dad. Laura told Kat it seemed like Dana was trying to make her think Eva ran her off the road, but it seemed like she was the one who did it. Oh, Derek and Jacob. He went to him to talk about Ashley and the fact that, they wasn't getting along. So they didn't break up. Look like they didn't break up, y'all. But they about to. But yeah, he asked to sleep on Jacob's couch and he was like, no, that's Naomi's best friend and he'll never hear the last of it or whatever and stuff like that. I was thinking that he wasn't gonna let him sleep on his couch because they married and nobody need to be in your house. And nobody need to be in your house. But yeah, he ends up telling him to go back and talk. That's when he went back to the apartment, but he didn't go in. Now I don't know if on tomorrow's episode he's gonna actually go in and see something or what. I haven't heard anything about Ashley and Andre, but we'll see. What else? Who else we got? Dana and Eva. Dana and Eva, she came into I forgot the name of that restaurant. Whatever restaurant it is. They met each other. Hold on, I said it wrong. They end up running into each other or whatever, and that's when Eva confronted her and let her know that she was trying to blame her for her crimes. I said, she definitely finna blame you now. She was already over here trying to blame you. She finna go take those boots and put them somewhere where they could find it. I said, but they gotta use their brain at this point, and then they gotta get these doggone cameras. I talk about cameras on every soap opera, on Tyler Perry shows. Nobody believe in cameras no more. All they gotta do is rewind it back, and they can see her. She had plenty of opportunity to go, and they should be able to see her going into lower room multiple times. Didn't she go in there multiple times or once? I know for sure she went in there when she injected her IV or whatever. But yeah, I was like, run the cameras back. She had on the wig, but I'm sure she might frame her with the wig too, which is easy to tell them apart though. But yeah, look like Eva finna get ready to be framed, y'all. Excuse me. Look like she finna get framed. Let me see what else. I already said I need to invite Tracy to stay with them. Derek about to go in but left. Kat told Laura she'll talk to security. I said, ma'am, you're gonna need security soon. But that's it. What did y'all think of the episode? Let me know down below. It was okay. It was okay. I'm ready for them to find out what Dana did. I'm ready to see what she's gonna do next. I'm ready to see more about Tracy. They didn't show June on today's episode. I'm ready to see June backstory. Once again, I don't know if I ever mentioned it, but people are saying that June is Haley's mama. Yeah, somebody said that June is gonna be Haley mama, or what else did they say? What else did they say? I know for sure they said Haley mama. I think somebody said Haley sister. It was something else. Who else? I don't know if they said that June was gonna be connected to Dana and them or what. But yeah, that's it, y'all. Let me know your thoughts on this episode down below. Stay tuned for the next review. Until next time, this is her girl today and be safe. Well, great rest of the night.